Here we go. I'm going to start off by saying my greatest wish, I'm so lazy. It's 236 people on my Facebook, but I really want to take most of you off. I don't want you on my Facebook anymore. And there have been a couple of people. I took one friend, a so-called friend, off, and it affected the other one, which means they were looking at my friends' personal stuff that I don't want them to see. Only if I put it out there for the public, I want everybody to see. That's okay. And most of my videos I do that way. On Facebook, I do have like and everything blocked. So there are some people that get it through. But I know you watch because you criticize. You criticize me. So therefore I know, I said, well, why don't they just put that down? And that's the same on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on every place. So I'm going to reorganize because I'm taking these classes that are okay. They're okay, but you know, it's always good to have a hunger, a thirst for knowledge. And I like to blog a lot, and it's the same as writing to me. It's a thing that's out now, and people blog and say how they feel. Mine is politics, are very controversial subjects. Politics, and then I don't probably say what black people want to hear about black people. You know, church. Ooh, my God, I got some. Only thing I want to do with the church is take their money. I say if I was in the government, I would tax all of you and then distribute into the black community, particularly the black community. I would distribute through the black community. I would get those pipes fixed in Detroit, because that's how much money you are collecting in these churches. But then when President Trump or anybody, what's the Black Caucus and that NAACP, when they're always up in somebody's face when the money is already there. Now they would argue with me about it, but you know, the church is just disgusting. And I want their money. I want them to not put one garment on a preacher, and then they look at those people as gods, like this is Queen Mother and all that kind of stuff, you know. It's just out of hand. And Africa is even worse. Ooh, my God. That's one of the reasons why I don't think, unless I had a really good person that I really trust, that I only spend time with that one particular person, I would not want to go to Africa. Africa has too many, what am I trying to say? It's too much going on, and too much of their religion is in that Christian, and the way they do it is just way out of control. And the poor babies are still hungry in the villages. That's not the Europeans doing that. Those are Africans. Then you have African people leaving Europe and being immigrants and all these hungry people in Africa. But yet and still, baby, they got a lot of money in Africa. There are people with so much money that they could feed Africa. But people are hungry. So I don't want to make friends like that. You know, that's disgusting. And in the United States, it's even worse. Church. That's how you can evaluate how much money is in the black community. Is these churches. And where is it going? To pay the salary of a preacher, minister, whatever y'all call them now. You know, it's just totally disgusting. It has nothing to do with spirituality. That has nothing to do. And then I just don't have friends. Let me get back to my Facebook and all the rest of this stuff. I have new friends. I have new people that we communicate because of my President Trump. And I would love to have them on my Facebook and remove all the people that I have on it now, even to family. Because family are your worst supporters. Oh my God, they're just worse. And you just say, well, as long as I live, I'm 57 years old. As long as I live, I don't want family on nothing. Because those are the worst ever. And those people in Chicago, somebody said that I worked at the nursing home next door to Black Ensemble Theater. And I just wish I can get my hands on the person that said that. But I didn't make any friends in Chicago. And I had, on the same day that I said that, one of my friends, longtime friends, he called. And he'll be here in California. Every time he comes to California, we hook up. And we are friends, no matter what. For some odd reason, we just click. But, everybody else, no. Those running in and out of the church and Obama freaks, I do not want nothing to do with them. And Chicago has that black thing going on. Everything's black. Where I looked at most of my videos, and those videos are blogs. I looked at most of my blogs. There's 600 of them. And I looked at where I started and where I ended up. And I started out more black power, ungawa, black, 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 black. Because it started out with Trayvon Martin. And I'm very proud that I took a stand on that, but I did not like the way Obama approached that. And that started my blogs. That's when I started blogging a whole lot. And I'm looking at where I am now with my president, Donald Trump, in which I'm very proud that he is my president. And if I had to do it over again, I would vote for him. And he has done way more than Obama could do has done in 8 years. He did bring jobs in. I heard a radio talk show. They're ridiculous. That one guy that talks all the time, he just doesn't know what he's talking about. Because, if he would just know that somebody out there is doing their investigative work on a consistent basis, and I get most of my information from the people that work, Kellyanne, Spicer, President Trump himself. I only listen to those. I don't listen to fake news. And he has brought jobs here, and he's stopping anything that doesn't include America. It just won't play. Because America is first. I love that. He's living it. Everything that he said he was going to do, he is doing. So far, I have never admired a president like President Donald Trump. So, and I thought those guys are going to hate anything that ain't black. And when you get like that, it's just, it's another instance. I was somewhere. I'm always somewhere. And this man said he didn't want his daughter to date white men at the University of Arizona. And I said, now that is really messed up, and I feel sorry for his daughter. She's cute. I feel sorry for her because he's stopping her from getting maybe possibly somebody that loves her. I think myself, if I had expanded my horizons and not looked at just black men, I probably would have experienced love and marriage in my life. by now. So you can't judge a person on their color. I mean, you have black guys doing wrong and beating their wives. You got white guys doing it. You got Mexican guys doing it. All the different guys. They all have bad place, but then you may miss out on somebody good messing around with somebody just because they're black. Yeah, I said it. I went on a date with my white guy friend, and you know what? I pulled out my wallet to pay for my meal, and he was so, wow, why? Why did you do that? He could not understand that at all. And I guess there are white guys that will take advantage of you too. No. But I just was keeping good company because I make better choices these days. And he just couldn't understand why I did that. And I told him I was black manized. Yeah, I said it. Shit, they can be lawyers and still want their wives to pay the bills and help buy the kids shoes and stuff like that. And then will beat her up. Domestic violence comes out of a man just hating his woman, just hating his wife, hating everybody. You know, and the pressures that some black men go through, they just take it out on their own women and their family. And I really believe that. Because I just cannot give not one I ever knew that credit. Because they'll be fast to say, well, my wife is a doctor. Well, my wife is a lawyer. Or they're looking for someone that's doing this and doing that when it should be the other way around. And it always ends in sadness. They never stay together. So you'll miss out on something nice if you choose a man because of his race. When I say things like that on my blogs, that's why a lot of people don't mark like or whatever, even though I'm pretty sure I have it frozen on Facebook. But then I've seen some on there, so I don't know exactly what's going on. But people are reading me, but they won't, and they keep coming back. They come back every day to see, oh, did she do one? I want to hear this. Those are the kind of people I have on my Facebook as friends, and I want you gone. I just don't know. I'm going to have to sit down and just pull you out. I only keep family because I want to keep in contact with what's going on with them. That's the only reason. You know, it's pretty sad that I can't get the support from them, but that's okay. You know, I'll give them support if they needed it. And that's the only thing that matters. So, you know, me not liking Obama, I never liked him though. Look I did 600 videos. They took a lot of them off on YouTube because of my music. I've refused to take my music off. You know, I was like, if you can use it, I can use it. Is that logically making any sense? Do you think that YouTube is physically buying the rights for those songs? Or did they make a deal with somebody and say, you know, please? No, they're making a big deal about me using them. And I'm not using any of that music to make money. That's what it should be. But they took them all off. All of them that have music, they took them off. So, but the ones I'm taking comments now on YouTube, and I would respect your comments on Facebook and on how you feel. I had one friend made a comment. She's always been a really good friend, but she probably doesn't like me that much because the church is just makes me just ugh. But I don't hold that against her at all. And to me, as a person, she's always been a pretty cool person. But she, wanted to know about Obama. How do I know that he has a shadow government that he is conducting? Well, everybody knows. He moved 12 miles from the White House, man. There's so many houses and stuff in the world. Why would you do that? And then he's moved Valerie Jarrett. She's from Chicago people. Valerie Jarrett's parents were communists. And her and Obama are working together. I'm sure his wife still stays there. I don't know. I don't believe in getting in people's private business. Like her being a man and all that kind of stuff. But and him being gay. What straight man promotes homosexuality and the transgender thing that he's done? What straight man would do that? None. So he has his lifestyle and he got hers. People said, what about the kids? What about them? There's so many people like that have children. They adopt them, or I don't know. But anyway, that is one of the reasons, like what I just said, is what people don't like about me. That's Obama and the church. I said, did I explain how you can easily evaluate how much money is in the black community? By the church. Then, soon as a new president reigns, there they are asking for something. The Black Caucus on top of that. Where the hell have they been? Okay, where are they? Where are they? And then the money that they get, most of these black organizations, NAACP, most of the money they get, they put in their pockets. Fancy houses, fancy cars, fancy all this, and then get up with their suit and tell you what to do because you're looking for someone to tell you what to do. Church is a good way to find out how much money is in your community. But what do you do with it? You give it and you pay for your pastor and queen mother and all of that crap for their bills. And then turn around and go ask the government for some money to fix the pipes in Detroit, Flint, Michigan, when you can do it. Because your those churches are collecting every Sunday way over $2 million. And just think of all of the mega churches getting together and putting their money in the pot. That's a lot of money. Same for Africa. Africa is ridiculous with the hallelujah, thank you, Lord. They are oh, no. When I saw the truth about Africa, I don't want to go to no Africa. Have fun. You might have some different interests, but I don't want to go there. Even if I had tons of money, I wouldn't want to go to Africa because of the company I would have to keep. I couldn't look at those rich people in their eyes and then know that there's babies in villages that can't eat. What do I think about those kind of people? They had one living here. He was in Malibu. I don't know. They might have kicked him out by now. I don't know. But he was supposed to be the Hollywood playboy. No good. And a girl from Africa, she says, oh no, his father was president from 1974. Oh no, he's good. No, he ain't. He ain't feeding y'all. He's starving y'all to death and taking all your money to live over here. What is good about that? Why do you think like that? And who helped you think like that? But we do it here. That Obama ain't bit. He did not, and I'm going to say this, he did not get obstructed because he was black. He got obstructed for the same attitude that he has right now, arrogant, wanting to rule, wanting to dominate. Why are you staying in Washington 12 miles from the White House? And why have you organized a shadow government? That is real messed up. You know why? Because he thinks he's above it. He thinks he's above it, but he's not. You know, I was thinking of the story I keep talking about, Tristan. I always called him Tristan. I used to always go, Tristan, because that's how I felt. It was something telling me Tristan. I had to study it more. And Tristan, what happened to him? They put him in jail. He was just like Obama, mixed race. They really trusted him. He won so many wars, very popular and all of that. But he beat Napoleon. He sure did. He beat Napoleon. But the slaves in Haiti, they were not slaves. The Africans, let me not say slaves. The Africans in Haiti were not slaves at that time. See, in 1791, there was a revolution where everybody, the French, all of them died because of a ceremony that the stolen Africans did. Now see, that's spirituality to me. They didn't want to be slaves, and they were not slaves. But Napoleon came back and wanted to say, hey, what's up, Tristan? You know, I really, really need some slaves. I want to get this thing back. Can we talk about it? I understand everything that we went through is this and that, and I'm just doing it in a different language so that you can understand. And Tristan, with his Obama butt, he says, sure, why not? We can talk. He says, let's meet. And when he met with him, Tristan had the police there, and they took him into custody, took him to a mountain, and never fed him, never gave him anything to drink. He just died of pneumonia, they say. He died, starved, everything, up there in the mountains. See, when you think you're above something, that's what Tristan thought, he was above it. And not only that, it's just like Obama did nothing for black people while he was in office for 8 years. I don't care what nobody said. He did not do anything for his own. We should have been his legacy. Oh, but he's so far above it. He's the big shot. White, black, everybody loves you. He told the slaves, he said, you know what? Just like I'm trying to do an Obama thing on him. You know, we might have to go back to slavery just for a little while. You might have to go back to slavery. And it's not going to be for a long time. Just for a little while. Who? He was mixed race. What black person would ask another black person to go back to slavery after they have been through that ceremony and didn't have to be a slave. That's why they went through it. They refused to be slaves. Who would do that? Right before he was arrested. To talk to Napoleon about the slaves starting to he wanted to take those slaves for Louisiana Purchase. Because cotton was hot. We made this country funky rich. Who would do that? He thinks he's above everything. But you know what? I got a message for him. I saw it a long time ago. It must have been 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. Well, Trayvon Martin. That's when I let him go. I saw it and I said, oh, he's trifling. That's not a good man. And of course, Congress saw it. They said, no, we can't let him get a hold to nothing because he will destroy it and take it over. Just like what he's doing right now. Is something wrong? You know, people, my bipolar is depression. And people say, something wrong with her. Something wrong. Well, it was. I'm not going to. But there's something wrong with him. You know, just like they always say that about my president, President Trump. But there's something wrong with Obama. Because if he's been to Harvard and all, he should know his history. Now, I heard on this radio show that OJ is getting out of jail. I haven't heard of anything like that. I have not heard that OJ is going to get out of jail, but he went. And he was another one that thought he was above it all. And then they caught him right when he least expected. Now, Obama's Mr. Smart Butt. You should have made your people your legacy. You should have did more for your people and these young boys in Chicago. There's plenty of things that he could be doing than having his butt 12 miles from the White House, developing a shadow government. He wants to be he wants to control. That's why they obstructed him in Congress. Now, I hope I said everything that I wanted to say about the friend thing. I took one friend off and the other friend faltered. And I said, was she connected to him? See, you're doing nasty things. I had one girl had me tagged all through her timeline. What the heck is this? And I don't even like her. I took her off of mine because she was running her mouth in Milwaukee about my personal life, looking my name up to see how many singing gigs I had and stuff like that. I want people that are coming on and it's like 69 to 100 a day being a President Trump supporter. I want those people to be on my timeline and Facebook, and I'm going to work on doing that. And the rest of you, I don't want you on there. I really don't. Maybe some friends, because they're my friends and I just want to keep up with them. You know, been friends for a long time. But everybody else, I don't want you on there. I really don't. And this blog, I haven't thought of my quote yet. I haven't thought of the quote that I'm going to use because I love, and most of those quotes I write myself. But some of them I look them up, you know, because I like looking them up and reading through all of them. I know most of you use Bible verses. Well, I use quotes. And I write them. So that's even more. I support me first. If you notice, I click like. I like me first. I don't wait on you to do it. You know, things have changed. All of those videos, I watched myself grow into how I think now, especially about my black community. Being a black woman is totally different. I grew. Because if you get stuck in Black Power Ungawa, they got mad at Mr. Ben Carson about him saying that black people were immigrants. Well, I think he's talking about immigrated to this country. Brought here. They were brought here. Black people are so... You know what makes me mad? They're so into the slave thing and the slave ships. But yet still you go to these nasty, filthy churches and put all your money. You refuse to say when something is not right. You know, if they put Obama in jail, watch everybody. Black power. Ooh, the white man did this. The white man did that. White man, white. This is... And I saw a policeman get jumped. The man, all he was asking for was his license, and he jumped him, he bit him, he did everything until he could take out his stun gun. He could have easily taken out a gun and just shot him. And then he was trying to get some help, and he was telling that he needed backup. But then when the backup came, that's when the black man started crying. He tried to hurt me. I saw it. I saw it. And that made me think, Michael Brown, I know that's a child that his mother is missing him. And I'm not doing it to harm her in any kind of way. I understand. But he jacked up the man back there at the store. He was with a friend. These are points that I'm not understanding. And then... the only thing that we know is that he's running and turned around. One girl said, and he turned around and said, don't shoot. And then somebody said he had running with his hands up, don't shoot it. But that doesn't make any difference. Did he try to fight that policeman in that car and take his gun? And he didn't get it, so he ran. Because you know why? If the policeman hated niggas, or should I say that word? Niggas. If he hated black people so much, better, then why didn't he shoot the other little boy? And the 8 times is out of fear. That boy was big as a boom boom. He done wrestled him. That's total disrespect for authority. Black Lives Matter. You know, I was signing everything Black Lives Matter on some of my videos. It's canceled. Beep. Because they are encouraging, let's hurt the police. Sandra Bland was walking out of the car after the police. She was talking to him. You could see that in the car. And then when she gets out of the car, why can't you just say yes, sir, no, sir? You know, and not have an attitude. You don't have to run down the line what your rights are and this, that, and the other. Why do that? Black Lives Matter encourages and entice to hurt the police, and it really does. It leaves the respect because they're authority. You have to respect the police. I would never do that. And when I saw that man jumping the police on that, I said, wait, oh my God. So that's what they're going through out there. And Black Lives Matter wasn't how they did not do what they should have done. That direction that they're going in is way out of whack. I saw it with my own eyes. Michael Brown, I don't know what you did, but why did you run? And the other little boy standing there watching it. Why didn't the police shoot him? And he told a big lie. He knew exactly that Michael Brown tried to take that police officer's gun out of the car. Wouldn't that scare you? I'm a police and somebody, I'm going to ask you something. You're probably smart aleck, and then you reach down and try to take my gun. That means you have no respect for authority. There was no line there, and ain't no telling, he might have hit him, because this one guy that I saw bit that police officer on the ear and was going to just pull his ear off. See, it's things like this that people don't want to click like, because they want to be Black Power, Ungawa, slavery ships, and we were in a ship and you ought to be. Is that all you can say? Is that all you can say? You can never say when you're wrong. Church, wrong. Hitting the police, wrong. Hating my president of the United States, wanting to not abide by the rules and laws of the United States, wrong. Everything's got to be black, 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 and then you got to go back into your slave ships. Ben Carson brought himself up out of the gutter, and he is a brain surgeon today. That's what you should be looking at. And he goes to those churches. But you made a big deal about that. That's what you chose. Hui and all of these people. Well, it ain't Ben Carson. He's just that's so ignorant. I don't know what it is. And why did I befriend people like that? But I did. And they're all on my damn Facebook. And I want to get them off. You take your black, black, black idealistic selves and get off of my Facebook. That's what I have to say. That's why a lot of people don't like me. But do you think I'm going to stop? Yes, black men were lynched by the mounts. Jim Crow. Yes, there were a lot of kids and all that were shot dead. But I just don't think that those particular instances were. I think that man shot 8 times out of fear. Just, dang, I can't believe this big old... all I asked him was to move over. He asked him, the other little boy was with him, why didn't he shoot the heck out of him? Something was wrong with that, and I'm glad it turned out the way it did. The young kids don't have a leader. Do you think those young kids out there know that Obama didn't want to have nothing to do with them? Do you know what he calls you as black people? Black folks. He never, ever, ever said my people. But my people, my people never referred to, and everybody in them, those gay looking suits, cut suits. Mostly gay men cut their suits like that. Well, I love gay men. I have a lot of gay friends. But, hey, let's call her kettle black. That man is not, now he's running around with Valerie Jarrett. And she's a friend, and she's from Chicago, you guys. She's no good. Bad company. Because when one goes down, all of them going down. And I believe that he is going to be locked up before it's all over with. And that's being lucky. So everybody, have a good day. Have a good Saturday. And this is going to be the first on my website that I'm developing. And so that I can do some other things to actually maybe write it out. Send it off to some other people. And they'll see my controversial self. I am very controversial. I am not saying anything to please anybody. But I shouldn't be doing that. I should please you. I tell you what. What can I do to please you? I got new friends, honey, that I don't have to please them. Those 79 people, all those people that come in, I just said, why can't these people be... people, if you have to have like minds, think alike. And I don't think that a lot of these people, I think like them anymore. And then when I hear them, they talk stupid. Like the Ben Carson thing. Why did you pick that instead of a black man that pulled himself up out of nothing and became a brain surgeon? Why did you only think of that? Since you're so black power and Gawa, just for black. So now the new people, all I have to do is be me. I have to find a spot for me. In my class today, they said, how many friends do you have? 5 friends? Do you have at least 5 friends? And I thought to myself, I have one friend, I think. He's my friend, yeah. Because he doesn't really care. He's never been that type of person to be like that. He's not real judgmental, so he's a good friend. 1. Now, girlfriends and stuff like that, no. And I don't really think, because my other friend from the church, she's more churchy, and we could never be real tight. I don't know. You never know. I've known her for so long. But some people that are in church are very picky. And if she don't go to church and she don't do Jesus in the name Jesus, then, girl, she might be the devil. Or the demons, or whatever the hell y'all can make up in these churches is just fascinating. I'm so surprised I went to them when I was a kid. I had to, because of my grandparents. Dang. It's just stupid stuff. So, but she's still my girl. And so that'll make 2, 3. Maybe I might get to 5. Maybe. But that's going to help me in my business, blogging, telling it like it is. And I'm very political, controversial, and I am non-religious. Oh! That's bad. Okay. I'm really going this time. I am so happy to be here. A lot of people are making great accomplishments and going places and getting awards and all that kind of stuff. And I thought to myself, what did I do? What, do you really deserve anything? And something just hit me. Boom. in my heart. And it said, you are still here. That's through all of the conflicts in my life. Making mistakes, making the wrong friends, making the wrong decisions, and paying for them. Let me just tell you this story, and then I'm done. This one lady I knew from the theater in Milwaukee. And she was hanging with the wife of a man that I used to date. And we were discussing him because I knew him way before they did. And for some reason, I guess he told them, nah, y'all didn't, because he's evil. And he probably did say that. But you know what? She looked at me and said, well, she's a lady. Okay. I'm not a lady. But I learned from that statement. You know, I can't live to please anybody. And real friends and real people that are supposed to be in your life, you don't have to. You don't have to cater to them or change yourself or, you know, be a lady. I think I used to drink a little bit. I used to get a little high. And I used to do a lot of things. I was a role runner. And maybe that wasn't lady to her. So she said she's a lady. And fantastic things happen for her too. She works hard. That's what I think. She works hard. So people that work hard deserve what they get. If they work to make it happen. But she's not near the lady that I am. Okay? Not even close. And I'm glad that she married him and I didn't. Because, you know, she actually saved me. 12 to 13 years of it. Whoa, thank you, because it would have been purity hell. So, friends are people that like you for who you are. You don't have to shape yourself. They wouldn't insult you by saying things like that. There's a lot of reasons why I've cut off in the last 6 years. I've cut off so many friends. But that is because I'm growing up. I'm still growing up. And I'm changing and evolving. And ever since I discovered the bipolar and taking medication and seeing my doctor and stuff like that, my mindset is different. So that was stopping me a lot in my life. And that's something I will do a blog on. Some people said, why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about homeless? Why you got to talk about Obama? You know, but that's what I chose. And that's in my heart. And that's why I do it. I want to say it. It makes me feel better. Okay, this time. It's good to always do a blog on my feelings and ideas and my controversial feelings. I'm so happy to just get it out. And if anything, if a lot of people don't want to look at it, try this. Get a webcam or whatever. I have other cameras, but I use my webcam most of the time. And just talk into it and say what you want to say about especially our government and the way things are going. If you don't like it, talk about it. You know? And that's what I do, and I hope I shared that with you and hope you get that from me, because you have to give something. And so I hope I give that to you. Just be you. Everybody have a wonderful day. Ashe.